Welcome back.
Hello there.
Welcome back. I'm not sure whether we should call it living room requests. That seems somehow to sort of. I think we're more than that. I think.
Comment below if you think it should be called something other
something
than
else.
Patricia Hammond and Matt Redman living room requests.
I think it should be called like front room follies or parlor cabaret or something, because it's
as long as it implies that people still have to keep paying money.
No, this is the point, is that the people who buy the requests, obviously they watch, but we would like people who don't buy the requests to watch. We'd like it to have a wider audience, so that, because I think they're a lot of fun. I think these concerts are a lot of fun, and I think that that it's very interesting to see this interesting cross-section of different people's tastes, all seen through the filter of the mind of Matt and his instruments.
It's really interesting. And of course, if this is the first time that you've ever seen one of these videos, you'll just have to watch it to the jolly well bitter end to find out.
Right. We are going to start with this wonderful request by one of our... I mean, he's been following the channel ever since I started it, I think, in 2008.
That's amazing. And so much so that he procured this. Well,
yes. Now... yes, he had a friend of his, David, basically. David, who has requested a few things already. And he asked for this, which is a very much lesser known Gracie Fields number. In fact, it doesn't even have Gracie Fields on the front. It has Sidney Chassid.
There we go.
If I'm pronouncing poor Sidney right.
I mean, Patricia's got a lot of old sheet music. That's something that she has in abundance, but she doesn't have every song.
I don't have every song.
And
there
not even every popular
so
song.
so many of them, and I used to, when I was a girl, I used to collect them, particularly from the Edwardian period, and a bit like. But anyway, this is from 1936, and yes. So David requested She Came from Alsace Lorraine, but I couldn't find one, but he dispatched a friend of his who also watches, called Peter, and Peter has sent. Not only did he send me this piece of music, he sent me other pieces of music,
Lovely,
which are wonderful.
Peter. Thank you so much.
And he also sent a check for a request.
Well, that will be coming up.
Which is a beautiful operetta number from. Can't wait to do it.
In the meantime, here's an instrument from that same year, plus my little invisible foot drum here.
Oh yes, wish you could see it.
And maybe a Patricia bonus instrument.
Oh gosh.
This is a British popular song, isn't it? Denmark Street, yeah.
Absolutely. One summer's day she passed my way, a smile, a glance, and we were friends. She meant to play, yet strange to say, I'll love her till life ends. She came from Alsace Lorraine. She never told me her name, but now my heart lets me know I love her so. She came from Alsace Lorraine, and like a haunting refrain, touch of her tiny hand. If you've been in love, I need not explain. I know you'll understand. Her photograph in the frame is signed without any name. It reads, I'll come back again. Alsace Lorraine. How can I ever forget her smile and her kiss, the touch of her tiny hand? If you've been in love, I need not explain. I know you'll understand. Her photograph in the frame is signed without any name. It reads, I'll come back again. Alsace Lorraine. Oh, what a sad story. She came from Alsace.
Sorry, I shouldn't have smiled
Thank
at
you.
the end of that.
Thank you, David. Now, Matt, just before we did this, he gave me a wonderful, what do you call that thing? Obligato, cantilena, descant. He gave me a lovely descant, and I totally forgot it and just made something up. So whatever I did, don't blame him. It's my fault. Anyway, yes, in fact, it's quite wonderful to have a piece of sheet music. We welcome requests accompanied by a piece of sheet music. In fact, what would be wonderful one day is if a collector of sheet music said, there is no recording of this piece of music.
Oh yeah, now you talk.
And sent something that's never been recorded, and then we would give it voice. We would love to do that someday. So
We're going to give voice to a song now that has been recorded
nice segue.
numerous times.
Nice segue. But
Thanks.
never with an oud, I would hazard.
Thanks to Sheila and thanks to Jane, the song that is going to come directly after that.
Directly.
So now we're going to basically the 60s and 70s, aren't we?
Yep,
But you're not going to expect it to come out like this.
Well, I
Actually,
mean,
it depends how long you've been watching us doing this.
I mean, you just need to hear me once to know kind of that you're not going to get... I'm not going to sound like the Temptations, am I? That's a big hint as to what's coming. It's called My Girl. And yeah, there we are. So I'm not going to sound... That's... Yeah. Have I got it the right... Oh, we don't need this one, so I shall get rid of that right away. Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing.
Got it, the vamp dies.
Yes. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I've got a sweeter song than the birds in the tree. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl. I
that was that. And the keen observers amongst you would have noticed that was a composition by Leroy Green and Ron Kersey, entitled Disco Inferno.
That was Disco Inferno, but we made it very godly by having a prayer bell throughout.
Well, what I thought is when you play...
I don't know what the reference Matt said. Oh, well, disco and cowbells. And I went, oh, what disco and cow... Oh, yeah, of course, disco and cow... I know nothing. What? What's disco and cowbells? Please do tell.
Here's a little musicological moment.
Okay, good.
A lot of people know that the blues came from Africa, right? You know, that's kind of a common knowledge. But... More specifically encapsulated in the blues is what's called a pentatonic scale or a minor pentatonic scale. In this case,
I'm talking about the cowatonic scale. What's the cowbell?
And that's music that you hear throughout Africa and the Middle East and many other parts of the world into Asia. And in the disco and by extension funk and soul and groove music. It's only one step away, isn't it?
From a cowbell.
Forget the cowbell.
No, I asked about the cowbell. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, you get cowbell.
I'm sure all the boys and girls want to know about the cowbells.
You get cowbell in disco beats, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we are.
But quite often,
that was a simple
thereafter,
answer.
it's electronics. It sounds like doop, so it doesn't kind of sound the same. Anyway, I thought the cowbell would be good with the oud. And basically, that's that.
That was a request for Jane. Jane saw those lights and she thought what those lights need is a request of Disco Inferno. Matt can have some fun playing Disco Inferno. And so he subverted it. I mean, you kind of got to expect that. I don't know how groovy you could get to that, but I suspect fairly groovy. I always need an excuse not to be dancing because I hate dancing and can't do it and feel terribly. It's like torture to me. So if next time I'm in a dance situation, I'll go like, look, no, it's my job to ring the actually that was a goat bell.
Just bring your goat bell.
That was a goat bell, I have to admit. Now, Ernest has requested Gloomy Sunday, which is kind of got this apocryphal reputation as inspiring people to commit suicide. But apparently that is not substantiated anywhere. So actually...
Well, I'm just trying to balance the programme from going for a party song to... you can't have too many of these in quick succession. I can't speak Hungarian as well, so I'm not going to insult anybody by saying the composer, the Hungarian text, or the title. But I'm sure many people watching will recognise the melody. And it was recorded...
Gloomy Sunday.
Recorded in English, quite famously by Billie Holiday.
Haven't heard
which
it.
Which Patricia hasn't heard, so that's ideal.
That's good, because otherwise, one wouldn't want to...
Got a slightly different tune on the old guitar, and we've got a bit of returning to the cymbalum, the Central European Hammond dulcimer from the 19th century.
Very beautiful sampled sound here. Right. This is Gloomy. I've chosen the French text because it's the one that, I don't know, I like it the most. The English one is a bit silly to me. Although if somebody asked me to and paid me to, I'd find something in it that wasn't silly and I could make it work. But personally, I found it...
You took the artistic choice.
Yeah, and the German one just sounds matter of fact. Well, anyway, again, if somebody wants me to do it in German, I will do it and I will make it work. But I found that the French one is easiest. I'd like you to do it in Hungarian
and I'm not paying you.
Well, then you know what you can do. Sombre dimanche, les bras chargés de fleurs, je suis entrée dans notre chambre, le cœur là, car je savais souffert. Alors tu reviendras, mais je serai parti. Les cierges brûleront comme un ardent espoir. Et pour toi, sans effort, mes yeux seront ouverts. N'aie pas peur, mon amour, s'ils ne peuvent te voir. Ils te diront que je t'aimais plus que ma vie. Sombre dimanche. Ooh, that was sombre, wasn't it?
Idea.
Ah, well, you know. Ooh, do we stop and start that thing?
I will do, just to make sure. And in the meantime, what are we going to do next?
We are now going to do our final song for this particular one. This is O del Mio Amato Ben. Gregory has requested this. Gregory, you've asked me for something that I've long wanted to do and never done. Because, you know, it's a sort of thing, like, you know, we love to always do the songs we want to do in life, wouldn't we? But we do gigs, you know, all songs I want to do all songs I'm paid to do, basically.
This is great. If you tell all your
Never
friends,
said no.
if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and maybe we can do, as currently titled,
anything
living room
people ask.
requests for a lot longer.
We'd love to. Oh, yes, must mention here, we have, if you make a request, they're probably going to be, how long before we would do it? It's
Oh, I mean, a lot of people have made requests.
This is great.
Obviously, there's only
This
so
is
many
great.
hours in a day, and you know, we must have some days off. I'm sorry if you don't agree. So we are catching up. It's a few weeks yet, but people, please do continue to make requests.
Yes.
We may close the gap a little bit.
Yes,
But
by uploading extra.
we're here.
Yeah.
In the living room request offices, we're busy sort of ferreting
Beavering away.
Beavering, that's the one.
Is it
And
beavering, ferreting?
Oh goodness.
I like both. Anyway, yes, whichever animal of your choice. But in any case, yes, we've got them coming. Now, O del Mio Amato Ben was sung by one of my favorites, my favorite sopranos. Mezzo. Wishful thinking. My favorite sopranos of all time. I hope it's not reflecting on the camera.
Try a few different angles.
Try a few different angles. This is Claudia Muzio. She is absolutely magnificent.
She's been sitting on that fireplace all these weeks waiting for this moment.
Well, I actually made a video about some of the, you know, instead of pop stars I had on my wall, dead opera singers. That's my thing. Dead opera singers. And so, yeah, she was magnificent. Loved her. And she sang this song. It's
from 1917.
So I've heard it as
1917.
done by her. 1917?
Yeah,
Yes,
think
it's
so.
by Stefano Donaudy, and his brother Alberto Donaudy made the text. And apparently, most things that Donaudy wrote, he wrote for four hands, one piano, or four hands, two pianos, for him and his brother. And he didn't just write songs; he wrote operas, he wrote symphonic poems. I mean, it's about time people started to discover these things, you know? There's a lot of interesting music out there to discover. Anyway, O del Mio Amato Ben.
I think I'm just going to say for people who are less clued up. That's not Einaudi.
How can you read?
A very different composer and generation and genre indeed.
Well, this is 1917. So yes,
I'm
this
just
song.
saying though. 'Cause
Okay,
some people
well,
hear a clip and they go, "Oh yeah, I know Einaudi."
I wouldn't have. Well, anyway, yes. Basically, the words are all about the sense of loss you feel when you no longer love that person. You know, they've done something. You've realized the scales have fallen from your eyes. I always found that a creepy and weird expression. Like, what the hell? Who has scales on their eyes? That's disgusting. Scales. That sounds like a disease. Sorry, that's a bit of a tangent. But anyway, when the scales have fallen from your eyes, and you suddenly see the person, you go, "Oh gosh, why did I ever like him?" It's that sense of aching, empty loss when you've lost that. You don't like them anymore, but you sure miss the feeling of loving them. That's what this is all about. Love the specificity of that. It's very good. Anyway, it's not for the guitar, but Matt's going to play it on the guitar. It's also...
We need to put that for every single...
I know, he really should, you know, he's pretty amazing in this, how he does it.
Mio amato Ben, perduto in canto, lungi dai occhi miei, che gloria e vanto, or per le mute stanze sempre la cerco e chiamo, con pieno il cor di speranze, la cerco invan, chiamo invan, e il pianger me si caro, che di pianto sol nutro il cor. Mi sembra senza lei triste ogni loco, notte mi sembra il giorno, e sembra gelo il fuoco,
There we are. There we are. I don't know what to say following that, really. I mean,
I would just
there
say
you go.
you can put a thumbs
Thank
up
you.
if you like that. You
Thank
can
you,
put
Gregory.
thumbs down if you don't like that. All interaction is good, and we'll see you on the next concert. Please share the concert for whatever reason. And
Yes.
we'll keep it going under whatever name it becomes.
Yes. Thank you so much. Are we this camera?
Let's
or
say
that
bye-bye
camera?
here.
Let's say goodbye here.
Bye.